Hello everybody, welcome. It's a lovely Sunday. Don't be confused, thinking it's Sunday night, because it's not Sunday night. We're doing Second Chance Sunday this morning. It might be different parts of the world. Obviously, it's the night, but Second Chance Sunday first of all, and then we've got a first look. And then later on, it's going to be Sarah and Ben with loads of Christmassy goodies for you. And so I do hope that you've got a lovely day planned. No, just sort of working it around all the shows that we're going to have on the show for you today. I'm not on my own. I have the gorgeous Corinne with me. Hello, Corinne. How are you doing over there?
I'm really good. I'm just sorting out my samples, thank you. I'm doing really, really well, thank you. Yes, it's lovely. Yes, it is a bit strange, isn't it? We've started at the end of the day, and we're going to work backwards.
Well, that's why we started this morning with dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to go round the wrong way.
Yeah.
So we're going to finish off with breakfast this evening. Yeah, that's what everyone's going to be doing.
Well, you're going to finish off with nothing because you left your food behind.
I did leave my food. How silly am I? I left my food behind. I'm just going to have some sweets.
That's sorted. You've got a plan. You've got a plan. That's the main thing.
Exactly. Got a plan. Got a plan. We've got loads of great deals for you on the show. We've also got the summer offer. So if you use the code SUMMER, you'll get £5 off. £5, €5 or $5, and that is for a one-time only use. And I think you can use it across the board on anything apart from gift cards. So do make sure you take advantage of that. But I'm sure you're going to see loads of things that we've got for you on the show today that you would like to take home and pop into your basket. Lots of people are saying hello. Lynn Harvey says hi, Corinne and Becky and the CTV team, the wonderful social media superstar Rachel and everybody. Gamma says Gamma 5203 says good morning. Oh, that's from Janet D in Dallas. Lois says good morning everyone from Ohio, and Carletta says hello everybody. Do get your messages in. If you've got any questions for us, do let us know. I did have a little bit of a check before we came on air. It's National Pina Colada Day. Are you enjoying a pina colada? What's that song? Do you like pina colada? That one. And it's National Kitten Day. So if you've got a kitten, we'd like to see a picture of a kitten. We do like have a kitten. It's also Don't Step on a Bee Day. And I don't think that means a bee day as in the bathroom, because you never want to step on one of those because you'll have to call out a plumber. But it's Don't Step on a Bee Day, which I don't think anyone wants to do anyway.
No. You know, the National Day of Not Stepping on a Bee.
Is tomorrow Do Step on a Bee Day? I don't think it is. But anyway, don't step on a bee. Go and get a kitten, have a pina colada, and watch us throughout the day. I think that's going to be quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, that should be our mantra.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah.
Pina colada and a kitten whilst watching.
That'd be great. Maybe we can do that on Fun Time Friday.
Yeah.
Next time. I
think that sounds like Friday.
That is like a really good idea. Now we've got lots of different items to show you. We've got some Venetian Grace products on the show today. This Venetian Grace collection is absolutely stunning. Really, really beautiful items. The first one I'm going to show you are our collection of dies and embossing folders. This first one is Little Cherub, and I heard that this is modelled on Leanne's granddaughter.
It certainly is.
Isn't that a lovely idea? That's really cute. Lovely little stamp and die set there. Then we have your harmonious harp. Beautiful. Does remind me of Guinness.
Yes.
Yep. Then you've got the Rialto bridge. I don't even have to look on the back of these. Isn't that good? I'm quite impressed with myself. I am so cultured. I did have to look at this one. This is your Opulent Grace cut and emboss folder. Really, really beautiful design here. Very sort of Baroque sort of swirls on there. This is your upside down moment in time. It isn't. It is bits of it upside down. The middle bit's upside down. The rest of it isn't. So they've got some really lovely sentiments in there. Always handy to have in your stash. Then you have your Renaissance border and corners. If you're American, you call it Renaissance, don't you? Rather than the Renaissance.
Don't know.
Yeah, Renaissance.
I don't know the answer.
I think so. I think that's how you pronounce it. Beautiful. I love these. These are really going to be so useful in lots of different ways. I think on your boxes and that kind of thing. This next one is your Renaissance or Renaissance frame. Again, beautiful set of dies that you've got there. And
that's a cut and embossed one, that one.
Oh, is it?
Yes, you can tell it's got lots of open areas.
Oh, yes, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's stunning. That will look really beautiful. In a bit of a mirror card, maybe. And this one is your ornamental frame. Again, really, really beautiful, intricate die that you've got there. The price for this is £60 or $80. Platinum price is £48 or $64. And you're going to get double points. The next thing I've got for you is a paper collection. This is absolutely beautiful. So the first thing you're going to be getting is your 6x6 paper pad. So this, as always, if you've not seen our paper pads before, this is not just like we've taken a larger paper pad and just cut it into 4. They've actually been condensed down, so you're getting the same images but smaller. So really, really beautiful. So you've got the very sort of intricate, very detailed one side, and then the other side is the sort of paler, more sort of muted design that goes perfectly with the paper on the other side. Really, really beautiful. So that's your 6x6 paper pad. We've then got a collection of vellums. Probably can't quite see, we need a little bit of white on there, but you can see the idea of all those different vellums using those beautiful patterned papers to create those beautiful vellums in there. So that's your vellum set. You've got 24 sheets in there. You've then got your set of linen paper pads, paper card here. All those beautiful colours are going to work so well with that collection. So they're picking out all of those individual colours in the paper pads. And then you've got your final 12x12 paper pad, so you can properly see all of the detail in here. These are stunning. I mean, these are kind of images that you would just be happy just to put into a frame. You've got all those different cherubs, you've got all the imagery that is so iconic in Venice. You've got gondolas in there, as well as all of the bridges and all those sort of beautiful Venetian buildings. They are absolutely beautiful. Love it. Makes me want to go on holiday on the Orient Express to Venice. I always want to go on holiday. I'm going on holiday soon. I didn't know if I mentioned that. I'm going to Mallorca. It's not quite the same, but I'm looking forward to it anyway. And that collection is £45 or $60. Platinum price is £36 or $48. The next item we've got for you are the embellishments, and this is all about the Venetian Grace embellishments. So you've got your shimmer ink pads in those beautiful colours. So you've got a gold, a pink, and a blue here. They are absolutely lovely. These are going to work again, you know, we try to think of the whole thing, the whole collection, so everything's going to work together. You've got a collection of gems, always super useful. And then you've got these beautiful selection of tassels, again in all of those colours that you've got picked out with that linen cardstock. Great for embellishing, or actually, you know, using them a little bit of jewellery. Maybe you want to make a little necklace or pair of earrings. £19 or $25, that's £15.20 or $20 is your platinum price. These are stunning, a stunning collection that we've got here with the Venetian Grace, aren't they, Corinne?
They certainly are. I was just cleaning my door, but they are gorgeous. They can make some... Just telling you what I was doing.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that absolutely gorgeous with that lovely Rialto bridge? I just love that. Actually, just bridging the two sides of the car, but with the papers and using the main side on that side, and then just using the muted ones on the front. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, using those inks. So the shimmer ink pads, you can just see here, we've used the gold on the bridge just there. Looks beautiful. Now, I had to show you this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. And look at this, making sort of like a fan bit out of the vellums.
Oh, that's nice.
It is so pretty. And again, using that gold of the shimmer ink pad around here. So don't forget, you can die cut, do intricate die cuts out of your pattern papers. It's something I love to do, and I've always sort of championed doing it because I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. We all think to just, you know, when we get an intricate die, it has to be out of a plain, you know, one colour, but cut it out of patterned ones. And it almost looks like you spent a lot of time inking and doing lots of techniques on it. I mean, bit bigger card using that bridge, and again, still using the vellum, but using that edgeable die down the side. And then look at the different colours by using, but you know, how it changes when you change it from this. So this one has gone with the oranges instead of those pinks and blues. And I love this sort of making it a little bit more of a shabby chic image and cutting out little bits from the paper pads and going over that. Looks like it's gone over with a sparkle brush. I'm loving that one, really picking out the detail. And again, look at that with those gorgeous tassels on there. But how about a dome card using that embossing folder with the little cherub and some of those corners? So they don't have to be corners, they can just be however you want to use them. And then, oh, I love this one. Look at that, using the corners as almost like her cloud she's floating on. Oh, really looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Is that gilding wax around the side of that?
Yes, that's gilding wax. That's not ink, that's gilding wax.
That's
so
lovely.
Yeah, really picking up that detail. Doesn't gold gilding wax look lovely on white? We all think on brown, black,
Yeah.
but it looks just as nice on the white, I think, personally. But yes, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let's put those away. Shall we do a demo? I think we should. I think we should. What have I just done there? Right, okay. We're going to use the Opulent Grace. Now, this is a 2D embossing folder, but it's got your cutting section as well. So don't go trying to pick out that little bit of foam. That's there to help you with the embossing of your cut bit. Now, you can see there is the back. So when you get a cut and emboss, this is the top with the die in, because if you think about it, a die always goes from the top and cuts and gives you that curve. This is the back. So when I've got my linen card, I'm putting the textured side up, and you also know we always try and cut our cardstock millimetres smaller than the folder. That stops it getting that creased look.
Right. Okay.
We were talking about this. I did a show with Debbie the other day, and somebody came in with a question in, I'm not getting the results from my embossing folders, and that's 2 reasons. 1, cut your cardstock slightly smaller.
Yeah.
And 2, when you put it on your plate, so I'm going to go in with my smaller plates, but then if you look, there's my fold, and I'm going to feed that bit in first.
Right, okay.
And I can do that because this is a Gemini 2, so I don't have to have my plates the other way round. So what that means is that as the card stretches, it doesn't hit that fold.
Right.
So if I'd have put it in that way and
Yeah.
gone in, when the card was stretching, it would have got to here, and then it would have folded. That would have mean the card behind it would then start to buckle.
Right, okay, that makes
So
sense.
if you look at this now, look at that, there are no creases in there whatsoever. It has die cut and embossed absolutely beautifully. Now, if you're ever going to be doing letterpressing, you know where we ink up the folder, just keep that piece, put it over that little bit of sponge, and then when you ink up, you're not inking up the bit that you're going to let, you know, the sponge bit. So once I've got this bit here, I'm then going to get one of my shimmer ink pads. I'm going to get the blue one, and I'm going to little sponge dauber, and I'm going to pop that. Look at that. They are pigment inks. So they're really, really juicy. And I'm going to pick up some ink, really blend that into my dauber, and then I'm just going to come in here, light touch, and just, oh, that was a bit too light, I think. Let's pick it up, there we go. You're never totally sure how heavy it's going to go, and I always try to be so careful not to get those cloudy swirls.
It's better to take it gently rather than just sort of going in like a bullet at a gate.
But what I want to do, you see, is just pick up the embossed detail. So you can see, I'm not trying to go too heavy. It's not picking it up off the glass mat, it's picking it up better off the ink pad. And then, oh, you see, now I've gone too heavy. That'll teach me, won't it? There we go. Let's try and blend that. That's too heavy. Oh, well, I've got one that's finished. But what you can see, can I blend some of that out? I've just gone too heavy there.
There's a lot, no, just a surprising packs a surprising punch, how small those little ink pads are.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pigment in them, isn't there?
Can you see how shimmery that is?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Luckily, I've got another one here. Actually, I wanted a bit more on there. After saying that, I'm going to go with this one that I've not put too heavy on. That even, you see, even we do it, go too heavy sometimes. Yeah. So easy to do. I wasn't picking up enough, so I really pressed my dauber into the ink pad, and then I got too much. But at the end of the day, it's a piece of cardstock, isn't it? It's not the end of the world. So I'm going to get rid of that. There we go, and we've got this. Now, all I've done with this is I put a piece of acetate on, and I put some foam on. So we can just put that on there. Right, the next bit I'm going to cut out is from, oops, let's get rid of that. We don't want that on there, there we go. The next bit I'm going to cut out is from the borders and corners. Now, I'm not going to even use the whole of my border. I'm just going to use a fraction of it. Get that nice and dry. There we are. So I'm going to get a piece of tape, and I'm just going to try and line that up nice and centrally, because I don't need it all. So this is basically the width of my card. So you can make sure it's nice and central. Pop that on there, and then I can put that one just like that. So I've got that on there, and then I'm going to bring it in my plate. So onto my cutting plate. Then I just need magnetic, clear, and my second cutting plate. And then you can go whichever way you want. We can go into there. There we go, so we can do that. And again, we're just going to ink with that. But what you can do is, this is a cut and emboss die, so what I can do, take that piece off and take the tape off. It's always better if you're embossing to take your tape off, because otherwise you really put some pressure on. And I just took my embossing mat. Okay, I've not got a little one, so I'll use one from my original Gemini. Take out the magnetic shim and we'll put that on. There we go, I can put that through there. So this is the great thing, is your plates are completely compatible. So I don't know where the pink junior embossing mat is. It's clearly not here. So I've just used the one from my original Gemini. I'm just going to ink through there. And I'm literally using the residual ink because, as you saw, I picked it up a little bit heavy. So we can just ink through that. Not going to do your die any harm whatsoever. Now just remember, this is pigment ink, and pigment ink stays wet for quite a while because you can heat emboss it. So just remember that before you smudge it. There we go, look at that, doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? Picking up all that blue. So just get rid of the ink off there. There we go, tap out all the bits. There we go, and that's clean and ready to go again. So we can then start to make a lovely little card with these bits. So really simple. So I've got my edger, or my border, and my topper. So I'm going to use some of this gorgeous paper. So I've just got a card that is 5x7, but I'm having it as a top opener. Oops, there we go. And I've folded that in half to make a tent fold card. And I'm just going to put one piece of mats and layers in there. So I've just used some encapsulated gold and then one of the papers from out of the paper pad. So I've just picked out one that's got some blue tones to it because that's going to work brilliant with that blue ink. And then we can pop that on to there.
That's very pretty paper.
It is, isn't it? And that's the reverse. You know, when you think that that is just the piece from the back. Then I'm going to take the second one and I'm just going to put my glue on my base because then I know I'm getting the glue in the right place. And then I'm going to pop the way around, put my layer on to do my easel card, then just burnish it down. Now you might prefer to use tacky glue because it will grab a little bit quicker, but I like the extra rigidity you're going to get from the all-purpose because it dries nice and crisp. So there you go, you can see we've now got our easel card. So I'm going to put an identical piece to that on the front. I do like that symmetry when you are making an easel card and the inside reflects the outside. But that's just my controlling nature, I suppose. There we go.
You weren't very happy yesterday when I was using dies horizontally and not vertically, were you?
Do you know that card was so pretty?
And not only that, I used different papers on my easel card. Oh, you must. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, but that was the back and the front. That's different. Yeah. That's different.
You must have been going all twitchy, Corinne.
No, because you're actually using the same paper, you're just using the coordinating, so I can handle that.
Oh, that's all right then.
I can handle that. Yeah, I do like to do coordination. Yeah. I mean, that's a bad thing as well, because sometimes, you know, you can make some amazing projects by going off piece and bringing things together. It's just not the style I tend to do.
I know what you mean.
We all have our own style, don't we?
We do.
So all I've done there is put another matte layer and I've just taken a little scrap because what we're going to do is we're going to do that. Now, what you can probably see here is I used all-purpose glue, even though it's onto glitter card. And can you see it's leaked through? It's not going to show because that's going on there.
Oh, so
that just shows you why we say don't use all-purpose on coated cardstock. Yeah. I took a risk that I could any little extra bits, like you can see where it's just come out the side there. Yeah. I knew that anything that I put on would be hidden, but I wanted the rigidity of the all-purpose. Yeah. So it was a risk worth taking. Sequins, these are actually from our Roaring 20s. Got all the sequins, and it's got all the little bits from all the centres of the sequins left in the bag. So it makes extra like little glitter.
You haven't got much left now. You need to get some more sequins.
I know. Luckily, I've got some sequin dies at home, sequin making dies, which I love. I was actually making sequins the other day. Because, you know, that means then that I can coordinate my sequins. You know
You've
me?
got to be coordinating your sequins.
I've got to be coordinating my sequins. Right, so pop that onto here. The only other way you could do this is if you actually make an acetate sandwich, which is what I sometimes do at home. Acetate on the top, acetate on the bottom, and sandwich your sequins in the middle. Now you'll see on here, and this foam tape is not giving up its backing easily. I'm made sure that there are no gaps, nice and firm on there, pressing it down. Let's make sure it burnish it. This is, I mean, you can make some beautiful, beautiful projects with it. And I'm actually going to go that way up because this bit is almost like got a flat bottom, then it's got the peak there. So I'm going to make sure I put that to the top. There we go. And you'll notice I brought my foam tape up quite close. I didn't do an oval, but I kept it quite close to the aperture so that when I do that, the sequins don't all fall. Because if I'd have gone around the edges, they'd have disappeared. Every time it stood up, we would have disappeared. Now, it looks lovely, but I need a stopper. So I'm going to take the one that I just made, and I'm going to edge it with a little bit of gold. And I will do it with my tacky glue. Just a little bit, controlled little bit of gold on there. And then we can then edge that with some more of my glitter, encapsulated glitter card. Let's turn that round so you can see. Perfect. And then that is the perfect little bit. I'm just going to move that down a little bit so that it goes across there. And then I'm going to just pop my foam tape on the back of there. So it just gives me a little bit of extra room to put my foam tape on. Oh,
sorry, what was that you put on?
Foam tape. Just tape. Just tape.
No,
it wasn't the original one that you're trying to get me to say.
I try and get Lily and Corinne to say as much as I possibly can, and I just don't have any luck.
No.
No luck at all.
Right,
never mind. I did try.
You did. Well, good comment there, love.
We were saying yesterday it's one of our favourite words, encapsulated. Encapsulated glitter card. We were talking about that yesterday, weren't we?
Lovely word, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. What was the word that I?
There was another word you liked, wasn't
foibles.
there?
Foibles.
Foibles.
Yeah.
Foibles.
Idiosyncrasies means like your funny
quirks.
Your quirks. So your foibles.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a day of learning yesterday.
It was, wasn't it? I'm not sure what we can take away from that, but
no.
Take off the back of here. And this now is going to make me a lovely stopper. So again, I'm going to pop this here, and I'm just going to feel where it feels like it's going to, round about there. And then we can pop this onto here, and you can see that's now butting up absolutely gorgeous. I've got 2 sentiments. Now the sentiments from this collection are really lovely. We've got I Have Faith in You and Moments in Time. They're really lovely, heartfelt sentiments that you're going to, not necessarily birthday or anything like that, but just sentiments that people know you're thinking about them or, considering them at times, or just a lovely card to send to someone for no other reason than you can. Oops.
Sometimes I always think it's really nice to get something when there's no occasion.
Yes.
You just know someone's just been thinking of you. And it's almost like when occasionally sometimes someone might send me a photo of something they've seen in a shop and they're like, oh, that just reminded me of you.
Yes.
Or if they're particularly tight, they'll send me a photograph of a card they've seen but not actually buy it for me and send it to me.
Well, I think that's half a tale. So there you go.
That's gorgeous.
We now have our gorgeous easel card that is also a shaker as well.
Beautiful. Love the colours you've used in there. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning. So this is your Venetian Grace. This is your selection of dies and embossing folders. The first one is your little cherub. Then you have your harmonious harp. You have your Rialto bridge die. You've also got your opulent grace cut and embossed folder you've just seen Corinne using. Then you've got your selection of sentiments. This is your moment in time sentiments. You also have your Renaissance border and corners. Beautiful, really, really pretty. Love that one. You have your Renaissance frame, it's your cut and emboss folder. Not cut and emboss folder. Die with an embossing sections on there. And then you've got your ornamental frame here. That's £60 or $80. Platinum price is £48 or $64. Now we do need to remind you that later on this evening you're going to be having a show with Sarah. It's going to be all about Christmas. There's going to be some incredible deals on there. And because we're going to be doing that, we are also running a Christmas competition. So your Christmas competition, you just need to comment during the shows today. One lucky winner is going to be picked out from each show. They're going to be chosen at random and they're going to be popped into a little bowl for us to work out who there is. And on the 16th of July, we're going to choose who is the winner. So one winner is going to be plucked out of the bowl and you're going to get a £250 gift voucher. So you just need to comment. You can comment as many times as you like, but you're only going to have one chance per show, but you can comment on all 3 shows today. So do make sure you do that. Rachel will choose the lucky winner for that show and I will write it onto a little Christmas tree and we'll pop it into the little bowl and you will be in chance for winning. Lots of people are coming back in to say hello. Julie Kimber says good morning from an overcast Mansfield. Sandy says hello to all CC crafty friends from Florida's treasure coast. Not treasure chest. Angela says the heritage dies would be great with this collection. They would work really, really well. Lynn Harvey says, I received my cute penguin collection yesterday. They are just as the name says, they are all cute. But they're just so cute, is what I think they are. Alison says, I've blown this month's budget, already ordered today's showstopper. I loved using the ones from last year as I used them as boxes for all the small crackers containing chocolate. So glad CC are doing this again. Michelle says, this collection is on my wish list. Catherine says, what a pretty card, lovely. And Terry says, I need to start making some shakers for birthdays. I did my first shaker card yesterday. Well, I'm going to do a few more of those. I'm definitely going to do a few more of those. Right, we do have this fantastic workstation here. This one, actually, I'm really pleased we've got it in pink because you can properly see it. Because when we have it in black, you can't really see all the different pockets and everything that you've got in here. This is one of the Craft and Carry workstations. You've got loads of different places to pop things in here. So you've got a pocket at the back. You can see here, you can fit your 12 by 12 paper pad in here easily. There's plenty of space. You could probably fit 1, 2, 3, 4. You can certainly fit 6 in that little pocket here. You've got all of these other little pockets, little sections. They are Velcroed. So if you wanted to make something a little bit bigger, you had something larger in here, you could just take that Velcro or that hook and loop tape away and make that little pocket a little bit bigger. Really, really great. Now this fits into the standard, I think it's a Calyx IKEA storage those little box shelves. So it fits perfectly in those. Really great. I've seen lots of people using these for different projects. So they would have, one for all of their paper craft, one for perhaps some other sort of work that they're doing, and they just pull that out when they need it with all their tools and bits and pieces in here. And you can see it doesn't have, it's not particularly deep, but you can fit plenty in here. You've got little pockets all over. They really have made sure that you've got spaces to put all sorts of different things in here, and I do like that extra little pocket at the back. This is £29.99 or $34.99. Your platinum price is £23.99 or $27.99. Really, really well worth having. I'm just going to grab my penguins because these are my favourite. I love these. Love, love, love. Now, we were talking about these yesterday because we had penguins on the show yesterday. We're talking about Benedict Cumberbatch because he can't say the word penguin. He calls them penguins. So penguins, whichever way you like to look at them, they are the most gorgeous looking stamp set we've got here. This first one here is Christmas Blessings. I don't have a lot of luck with stamps. They always fall apart on me when I'm here. But you've got sentiments in there as well as that beautiful little stamp for your penguin. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Can you tell how much I like these? This one is your Snow What Fun with your little sledging little penguin. Do you say sledge or sleigh?
Sledge. The sleigh is pulled by a horse.
The sledge is what you...
Or toboggan.
Toboggan, yeah. Toboggan or sledge.
Toboggan or sledge.
You do, but a sleigh, as far as I'm aware,
is pulled by something else.
Yes.
See, it's all about learning something new here. This one is Have a Nice Day with that gorgeous little skating penguin. Then we have Christmas Hugs. I love this one. You just want to give him a little squish in his tummy, don't you? A little squish around his little cheeks. love these. I hope someone buys these for me as a present. And this is Sending Holiday Cheer with that lovely little cheeky-faced penguin popping out of the box. And then this final one is your Making Spirits Bright with that gorgeous dancing little penguin, a little bit like that Bar Humpug punny stamp we had last year with the had little antlers and had all those little lights around his ears. This is £23.94, $35.70. Platinum price is £19.15 or $28.56 for all of these. If you haven't got them, you've got to go for them. They're my absolute favourite thing at the moment.
Perhaps
pop them in the bag just underneath the desk.
You know, we had a conversation. You were saying that for your 50th, which is a few years off yet, you'd like to go on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have a penguin instead.
What, at home?
Well, no, you'd have to sponsor it in a zoo or something, but
Oh,
it would be yours.
I quite like the idea of having a little penguin and coming in and bringing it in for Fun Friday. My bath is not very big, but maybe I could persuade. No, maybe I could say I can get a penguin and get a pool in the garden.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. A penguin would be quite cute, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed to keep penguins
No, I don't think you are.
domestic
I
pets.
don't think you are. I had the whole conversation about whether I could have a pig at home, and you have to, when you take your pig on a walk, you have to have an approved walk that you've told the council about. You're not allowed to deviate from your walk. But I did think it would be quite amusing to be wandering around where I live and everyone else has got a chocolate brown lab, and there I've got a little snuffly pig. But yeah, I haven't got one.
That'd be quite difficult because pigs are strong and strong-willed, and you're not allowed to deviate from the path.
Yeah, you can't. No, I don't know. Maybe you have to have like a proper harness. You're like there, holding back your piggy. I'm only going to go for a small pig. Anyway, back to penguins.
Maybe that can be the spring collection, the pigs.
Yeah, piggies. Yeah. Yeah, I'll suggest that to Leanne.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, right. Shall I show you what we've got?
Yeah,
Shall I show
absolutely.
you what we've got? I've forgotten to get any samples out because I'm so busy setting up. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? He is sledging, tobogganing. Absolutely gorgeous. I think that's, is that something like a hand-drawn or a handmade Christmas or something, I think that it is. Absolutely gorgeous. I love those. Or looking like that, floating in the air. Or how about popping out of a Christmas present with your plaid pad, of course. We've got them on boxes with gorgeous vellums. You know, so you look at that one, that's quite a nice tall one, and then you've got it in square. Exactly the same stamp, but you can change it. Now, we're going to be using this one because I think he is super cute. I think this one's going to work if you've got teenagers or those in-betweens that are really difficult to do. Look at him. He's wrapped up in his little jumper. Oh, Bean, have you got any of these domes left over that you bought a pack of and you've never thought what to use them for? Use them with your penguins. They work brilliantly. Now, when I was here on Tuesday, we said this was our favourite. On craft card, coloured with your pencils. Isn't that beautiful? We absolutely adore that.
I think that looks very much like Raymond Briggs' kind of drawings.
Yes.
You know, who did the snowman. It's got that feel to it. And it's interesting how different it can look with those different kind of cards.
Was that not one of my first ones? I had him on the sledge. No, I must have put it away. Where did I put it? I don't know. But you just can change it completely. Yeah. There we go. Similar size card.
Yeah. Looks
change the colours, change the medium you're colouring onto and the medium you're colouring with, and you've got a completely different look. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, I like the fact you're getting double points on this. I didn't realise you were getting double points on this. That's good, isn't it? Right, OK, so let me try and get all these back into here. Because there was the sledgy one. I had it there. Couldn't see for looking. I do that. I lose things right in front of me. OK, right, now, I have got a stitch circle. So stitch circle, just cut that, and I'm going to pop my stamp in the middle. I'm using my stamping platform. Could use your rocker block, but I just thought we'd use a stamping platform just in case. And it also means I can line it up perfectly. Pop that on, and then I can pick it up like that. Now, because it's a penguin, and we're going to be doing lots of greys, I thought I would stamp it with my flagstone. I'm doing it with my alcohol proof because we're going to use our alcohol pens. But I'm using my, like I said, I'm using my flagstone just because I thought it would blend in better with the greys that I'm going to do. I'm not trying to get that no-line colouring look, but I just thought it's less harsh.
Do you use the flagstone more often than the black?
More, did you say?
Yeah, more often. Because I know, one of my favourites, Michelle, says she always uses the flagstone rather than the black.
It varies, but yes, I do like it because although that looks black, it's not. It's
so
not black,
harsh.
and it's just that little bit softer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it works really, really well. That's why we do the 4 colours. I also use some of the browns quite a lot as well for the same reason. I think if you're doing people, the browns are a lot nicer because they're gentler for the skin tones and things like that.
That makes sense.
So once we've done that, I'm just going to pop it onto a piece of paper. Now, I very rarely, if I can remember, colour onto, I use white at the background, because then you lose where your edge of your paper is, especially if you're colouring right up to the edges. I often like to put it onto craft or black, but I have to admit I use a lot of scraps out of my bin for colouring onto. Now, colouring at home, I did this with all of my classiques, but I was struggling to find them all here. So I've been and borrowed, I'm doing it with my tri-blends as well as my classiques, just to try and, you know, to get the colour range that I wanted. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in with my ice grey one, and we can just come all over. I'm not going to go very far with my ice grey one because this is already feeling like it's running out. We're having problems with our pens at the moment. We need, no. Oh, bother.
This is the,
Just bear with me.
there's certain colours, aren't there, that we always use
Yes.
far more of.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of, even I've noticed that I'm going through a couple of particular pens more often.
Where there's a will, there's a way. So I'm jumping up to ice grey 2. But it's not going to matter because the thing is, we're just, you know, when you're doing the colouring, you can just, it's an approximation and everyone's going to look slightly different. So I'm going to lay down my ice grey 2 first. So I've done this onto Nina card, which is what we would recommend for doing, you know, using with your alcohol pens, because it's got much longer fibres, and that means the ink can travel down those fibres and then you can blend them. So I'm just doing this, I'm just going to lay that all down in one go. Just down there, but you could do this in little parts if you wanted to. I'm going to leave his face and tummy fairly plain. That would have been useful to have had the ice grey one if it had been working, because I could have just edged it. But we'll see how we go when we've finished. So we can turn that one back round. Then I want to go, what was my next number that I'd got? I'd got ice grey 6. So big step up, but I'm going to go with my ice grey 6, and I'm just going to go all the way around on here. So quite a step up, but we can blend those in, and I can come round here. I'm actually going to go round to there, and didn't mean to go over his ear, just ear muff just there. We can come down there. Then I'm going to go back in with my 1, and then just blend it round up to the edge, and just blend round just there. So you can see how straight away it's blending in. Then I'm going to go in, I've got 7 and 10. So I can just go a little bit smaller with 7. And just bring that out a little bit. Because then what I would then do is come in with 10 and come right round the edge, just filling that sort of fur detail with that. And then I'm going to get my 6 back, which is that way, and then just blend to the edge. You always tend to sort of, I always, or usually finish blending with my palest colour, because then you can just get rid of any lines like that. But can you see how now we've sort of got the gradient on there? And I do the same with my reds. Which red did I use for his headphones? I used dark red. I used 3 and 5. So it was there, so I've got 3 and 4 here. So what I would be doing is here is going on with this. So just excuse us changing the colours of our the type of pens. You see I've used tri-blend brushes, classiques. We have the illustrators as well. The ink in them is all exactly the same. All it is, it's the way it's delivered that is slightly different. So because we keep running out of ink here, we just need to sort them out. But it's hard, isn't it? Because we never get that opportunity.
I've got some sad news.
Go on then.
Now, I'm really sorry to tell you all this, but the only way you can get Penguin home is by having these stamps. You can't have your own penguin as a pet.
Can't you?
No.
You've had a check?
No, it's very sad. So I do apologise for that. No, very sad.
Are
Any of
they-
you who were looking at popping a penguin on your Christmas list, the closest you're going to get is going to visit them in the zoo, but of course buying the stamps.
Well, that is very sad.
Yeah. So do you know what I'm going to say to my husband? You need to buy me these because otherwise I'm going to keep banging on about having a pet penguin.
You are, aren't you? I didn't pick up all my colours. What else do I need? I needed a brown. I didn't grab all the colours that I needed. Well, yeah, it's a shame.
It is. Maybe I could get someone to dress up in a penguin costume and, just to accompany me around to work.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that would work.
Yeah. I think there's someone in the studio that would be happy to become my pet penguin.
Do you think there would be?
Yeah, I reckon.
You're thinking of someone specifically there?
Yeah, I think there was someone that was just in my eye line that was doing a little impression of a penguin.
All right. I was thinking Nicola, and she's not here.
Nicola?
Yeah. I could see Nicola going round as a penguin in a costume. I think she'd absolutely love it.
I'm sure you can get like a onesie, penguin onesie.
Yeah.
That would be quite nice.
Yeah, we reckon Nicola's already got hers.
Yeah.
She wears it every Friday.
Only on Fun Fridays, obviously.
Yes.
Oh, that penguin's face, he is so happy.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I think these are absolutely gorgeous. Love these stamps. Have I mentioned that before? Have I
Yes.
waxed lyrical enough about these?
I think
They're my favourite things.
We've managed to suss out, yeah.
I'm not alone, actually, for looking at the messages that are coming in. Angela says, I'm excited for these to arrive.
I was a bit confused
Lots of-
for a minute. I was thinking, do penguins have antlers? It's these Christmas antlers, aren't they?
Yes.
I just confused myself for a minute. I got
dear.
a bit too into the colouring, and then I just had this weird
penguins
random
have
thought. Yeah.
No. Becky says, I can't wait till my penguin stamps arrive. Lynn Harvey says, these penguins are so adorable and the samples are amazing. They are beautiful samples. They always make amazing, the design team always make amazing samples anyway. Lynn says, I had to buy these penguins because they're so cute. Kathleen says, can't wait to get my penguins. Really are lovely. Carol Ann says, I think I should adopt one. I think, as in me, I think you're right. I think I'm going to adopt one. I might go to London Zoo but, after, well, not after today because it'll be too late because it'll be dark when I get there and then they don't let you in when it's dark. But I think I might rent a penguin. I might adopt a penguin because they're so cute. I did have a friend when I worked at Kew Gardens and she used to work at London Zoo near the penguin enclosure.
Oh, wow.
And she said it was lovely. Really nice thing to do. Oh, Lynn says, I made a penguin costume for myself as well as my nursery school pupils years ago. That looks quite good. I like that idea. Maybe that's what I'll wear next week. Well, next time I'm in a penguin costume. Actually,
You're not in for a little while, are you?
No, I'm not in
Why
for
are you not in
over
for a
a month.
while? Why are you off for so long?
I don't know if I should tell you. I'm
Didn't you
going
think-
on holiday.
You going on holiday?
I am. Yes.
Wow.
Very much looking forward to it. Although I'm not really there for very long. I'm there for a couple of days and then I'm back and then I'm back over there again. So a lot of travelling.
I just think it's brilliant that you've already sent all your clothes out already.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm coming, I'm on my way, but
Yeah.
I just need.
It's just gonna be me, my handbag, and a big hat when I got on the plane.
Oh, will it?
Yes.
Do you always wear a big hat?
I like to wear a big hat.
I can see you crossing London to go to the station in the airport rather. It's not a station, it's an airport. In a big hat.
In a
I can
big
just
hat.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love a big hat.
Well, you can see, I've started to do bits of colouring. I've shown how to do shading on his antlers. That would come all the way round, as shown here. If my IG1 had worked, what I would have done, this is just about, I would just come inside that line, because often it's the easiest way to break. Let's see if I can get a little bit out of this end. Sometimes there's a little bit of residual in the other end. No, that is rock hard dry. That's even drier. So we can put this, I'm going to ask Jake if they can ask them to sort out the pens. Put that round there just to give that, because white isn't ever pure white.
No.
There's always something else in it. So just come round the edge just to fill that in. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get my Duet ink pads. We love our Duet ink pads. So we're going to get our Duet ink pads and we're just going to come round the edge with this one. And we're going to ink up round
lovely
the
colour.
edge. It is gorgeous, and this is Sailor's Wake. It is beautiful. But you can see I've picked out some of that in the bulbs because I like to, you know, make it sure it all matches. You could have picked any of your colours that you wanted to, but we're going with this. So just bring this round as much or as little as you want. We can do just there, and I'm going to come right up here, and there we go. Look, you could do this with a brush if you wanted to, but I've got quite a bit of control with this dauber, and I'm making sure he's totally grounded because we don't want him to be floating in the air.
Oh, that works really well doing that. I never thought about doing that before.
You've got to make sure he's standing on something, otherwise he's just literally floating, and then that would not look right. So bring that in as much as you want. So you can leave that as is, or because these are your Duet ink pads and they're water reactive, they're a hybrid ink pad, you can then do little bits of splats with that, and I'll show you one in a minute that I've done that too. But once I've done that, what I'm then going to do is, and I forgot to check there were some here, and yes there are, I've got my glossy highlights. And what you'd want to do is you want to leave this where it can then dry, but can you see the ones that I've just coloured? Get your glossy highlights and just go over those little light bulbs, just like that. Now, glossy highlights always comes out a little bit cloudy, and you think, oh, where's it going to go with that? So can do just on there. I'd colour all the little light bulbs in.
Is that a little bit like, I remember using clear nail varnish on things.
Oh, did you?
Does it work in the same kind of way, that it will just be glossy and almost like a blob?
No, it'll be rounded.
Right, yeah.
It's rounded. So you can see I've done that one, working on that one. And there's the one I finished. And you can see I've now got texture and dimension. And you can see, can you see they are dimensional. And you can see here, look, with the Sailor's Wake, just gave a few little splats of water around the outside to just give that extra texture. So I'm going to put him to one side, nice and carefully. I've used up all my, I'll put that there. Right, okay, because I don't want to get ink all over my card. So I've got a card base, which is 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. So you'd have to take it out of A3 unless you've got some card blanks. And then my cardstock is from my gnomes, and then just some of our encapsulated silver. And then I'm going to wrap a piece of ribbon around that. This silver was one of the ones that we got you yesterday, Becky. Can you remember one of those pads?
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, really usable.
Yep. Picked up a few paper pads today to take home.
You have?
Because I needed a few more. And my suitcase is very, very heavy.
It is now, isn't it?
On the way home, yeah.
Right, so wrap that round there. Do you have a lot of steps, or is everything flat?
Well, no, I can. Well, I've got a 15-minute walk from the station to get home tonight.
Right.
But unless I get a taxi, because there's no one at home to give me a lift because everyone's gone on holiday, which is rude. Yeah, there's a couple of things where there's flights of stairs, but I can get away with getting a lift on one.
Oh, right. Oh, that works.
There's one, but generally someone takes pity on me, and will help me up with a suitcase.
Oh, that's all right.
So it won't be too bad. We've got a couple of questions while you're just finishing that off.
That'd be perfect.
Now, let me just see where that was. Got too many messages, not too many, but lots of messages. You want to give as many messages in because I want you to go into this this competition for this prize draw. Where is it? Oh, Thea says, can you take tri-blends with you on a plane?
I can think of no reason why you can't.
I suppose they just mean to be in a clear bag, so I've got liquid in. I don't know.
I really can't imagine a reason why you can't.
No.
But please, yeah, it would be worth checking. But I would imagine so.
Yeah, I would have thought so. And Terry says, could I paint on the glue and use the embossing powder to brighten up the black on the penguin?
Could you do what? Say that again.
So put some glue and embossing powder to brighten up the black on the penguin.
Well, why don't you instead of just do it with a pigment ink and then heat emboss it? If you wanted to do that, because that means then you've got like your bumper bars for colouring. A lot of people like that because it's easy. If you're struggling, you find you keep going out over the edges and things. Then do that because it'll help you it sort of gives you guidelines, but there's no reason why you can't heat emboss.
Okay.
And that would look really quite cute. And you could go with any colour. You could heat emboss in one of your golds or anything like that. That would look really, really sweet. So yeah, heat emboss it by all means. It would look great, I think, anyway.
Or even if you heat embossed, if you stamped it in like in a blue and then heat embossed it, the blue would then make that black shimmer, wouldn't it? Make it look like
So
penguin.
what you're saying, stamp it twice?
Yeah, if you stamped it with a blue ink and
Yeah.
then heat embossed it and then coloured it in with black.
Oh, I see what you mean.
The highlights would be like if you almost had like a midnight blue, like a dark
Yes.
blue, that would work.
That would look lovely, yes. Yeah, there we go. How
Oh.
about like that? Isn't it cute?
Gorgeous. Oh, so cute. Want to squish those little cheeks. That is lovely. That's gorgeous. These are the penguin stamps and they're just the best. This one is your Christmas blessings, that beautiful little penguin with the angel wings and all of those sentiments. Of course, you're going to get sentiments with each one of these and they're going to be appropriate to the image you've got there. This is Snow What Fun. This one is Have an Ice Day. See what we did there? Ice Day. This is Christmas Hugs. Oh, gorgeous little thing. This is... I can hear people laughing. Sending Holiday Cheer. And this final one is Making Spirits Bright. They are gorgeous, gorgeous. £23.94, $35.70. Platinum price is £19.15 or $28.56. Lots of you have been saying you're looking forward to getting your penguins. You've been making your penguins already. I'm not surprised, they're going to be absolutely gorgeous. Looking forward to seeing what everyone's going to be making on there. And do remember we've got our Christmas event with Sarah that's going to be starting later on this afternoon, well, 6 o'clock this evening with Sarah and Ben. Here's a sneaky peek about what you might be able to find on the show later on today.
Join us for our Crafting Christmas event. We've got more festive fun lined up than old St Nick himself, including 12 brand new launches, double points on every purchase, and a free gift on selected orders. Make sure you join us on Crafters TV from the 9th to 16th of July for all this festive fun, and find out more on the Crafters Companion website.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
Feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hello everybody, welcome back. A few messages here about travelling with your tri-blends. So Rachel said they've allowed me to go to Ireland with a tri-blend several times and they've never leaked or anything. Shadiah said, I was questioned about what's in my hand luggage. I had my ball tools and they wanted to see them. And Tea Time Cards says, I just travelled to the UK from the US and I took my pens on the plane with no issues. So it seems to be, we can't categorically say, but it seems to be okay. Now, Lillian Kwok's got a story about Penguin. She said, I don't know if this is an urban legend, but did anyone hear about the schoolboy who snuck a penguin out of the zoo in his duffel bag? His mum went into his bedroom and found the penguin sitting on the bed. Can you imagine? Yeah, apparently, I don't know if it's an urban legend, but apparently that is the case. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how I'd react.
No, I can imagine
Luca,
a penguin.
Why is there a penguin on your bed?
Yeah, I think I'd question myself and think, am I hallucinating?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was quite funny. Any other penguin stories? Let us know. I love a penguin story. I love a penguin or penwing. Right, we do have some pigment ink pads on the show. This is double points as well. The first one we've got is your pink tulip. Then we have your damson wine. I always want to say damson jam. We have your oasis.
I like a bit of damson jam.
I don't like damson jam. Your lagoon. We have seal brown. Baby blue.
A bit like a penguin.
Do they make a noise, penguins? What do they say?
Think of Pingu. Exactly.
Yeah. Misty morning. Then we have twilight grey. Loads of beautiful colours here. Spring meadow.
Is it all of these? Wow.
Yeah. We've also got spa blue. And we have Bordeaux. Wow, huge saving, 40% you're going to be saving on this, £38 or $58. Platinum price is £30.40 or $46.40. You're going to get double points on all of those as well. The next thing we've got are our tri-blends. These are the pens that you see us using the most of. Absolutely amazing selection of pens. I remember being in the green room at another channel and I'm talking to Leanne and I said I needed some pens and she was like, these are the ones to get, and she was not wrong. £55 or $80 they are, or £44 or $64 is your platinum price. You will, if I open them up, you will see they're all individually wrapped. You've got 3 different shades in each one of those pens. To show you the different colours you're going to be getting, you can download this from the website. You can get this little pack so you can see all of those different colours there. So you can colour them in yourself and see exactly what you've got, so it makes it nice and easy for you to work out what colour you want to use. I love these pens. They are my absolute favourite. Really, really great deal on those. And as you see, sometimes we do run out of the pens. It's worth getting them when they are on a deal. The next thing we're going to have a look at are our modern edgeables. These are beautiful. This one in particular, I really, really like this one. This is such a beautiful, pretty pattern here. This beautiful, it almost looks like a cherry blossom, doesn't it here? This is the 30% saving you've got in here. This is actually your Japanese anemone. Beautiful. You can see here how intricate that is. They are absolutely stunning. Next one is your romantic rose. You then have your spring tulips. This, oh, I've not seen this one before, Woodland Fairy. That is beautiful.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen some of the others, but not that one. This one is your Bonnie Bow. Very pretty. Lots of different uses for that one. And then this one, pièce de résistance, your Proud Peacock. This is £40 or $54. Platinum price is £32 or $43.20. And again, you're going to get double points. Remember, if you've not already used that summer code, it will give you £5 off. It's a one-time use code, but I think that finishes at the end of tonight, doesn't it?
Yep.
Midnight tonight. So definitely, if you've not used it, take full advantage of that, so you can get your £5 off. Which one are you going to be using for your demo?
I'm going to use the Japanese anemone.
Oh, that's my favourite.
It's probably one of my favourites too, but look at this. You can use them side by side. Now, this is a paper piece. We've just laid it over the relevant colours. It's probably actually harder to do than paper piecing because you've got to cut the card underneath really carefully. But doesn't that look gorgeous with the drop shadow almost? Just doing it in grey, it almost looks like a reflection, which I think is beautiful. This is the anemone we're going to do. And I love this because this is on the left-hand side rather than on the right-hand side, which is where you'd probably expect to see it. But again, you can do it over the top of your card. There we go. So that was the anemone down one side of the card, and then you could have it over the top, which I think looks absolutely beautiful as well. That was the one that our Becky's loving, that gorgeous, gorgeous fairy, isn't she? And it just works over some beautiful papers. Now, these papers are being handmade by Jan, but if you've got Colour Your World, or even the backs of a lot of our papers, that's going to work gorgeous. I just think the black on the colour with that. Now, you don't have to do them down the side or the top. You can do them diagonally. Still works just as beautifully. You were saying how much you love that peacock. So beautiful. Proud. Now, I wanted to show you this. Both done the same effect. So this is paper piecing. So you've got this one here. Why is it not opening up? My card won't open up. Oh, it's stuck. There we go. So paper pieced it in the pink. Looks so pretty. But how about going with your darker colours?
Ooh.
Now, same die, but doesn't it look completely different? And essentially, it's an identical card. But just by changing those colours, really, really changes it. So I just think that's just something to think about. Okay, so really easy to use are these. So you've got your die here. Now down this side is a cutting blade. And then there's just cutting blades on the outside. Now there's no solid line going to cut. So if you look at this, if you go from here, that is a solid line. It never breaks until it gets to the bottom. So you know that's going to cut away from your card, but you don't have one here. You don't have a solid line. So that's going to cut it into your cardstock. So it's an easy way to see that. So I've just got my card blank, and I'm actually going to cut it directly into my card blank. I just want to make sure, yeah, I've left myself enough space to put my mat and layer on that I've had to pre-do. So I'm going to pop that onto there, and I'm just going to tape it down, and I'm taping, as I always do, onto the waist. And then the reason I'm using my large plates, because that would go through my junior plates, is so that the whole thing can go on the mat, and then I've not got like a crease line where a bit of it hangs out or anything like that. So we can then pop that through my die cutting machine. Now it might want 2 cuts because we're going across, but actually it's quite a base. The actual design is quite basic when you break it down. Yeah. Because sometimes when you cut across your card, it sometimes doesn't like it. I couldn't go down because of the card size. So let's lift that up. Oh no, absolutely. Every little piece there has cut perfectly. So what we can do then is we can lift this out just onto here. Do what you always say you should do, Corinne. Paper away from the die, not die away from the paper. It's a case of do what I say, not what I do, isn't it? But if you do card away from the die, it's less likely to rip. There we go. Let's just, I could give it a little tap. But you can see this is how well it's cut. Yeah. It's really embedded. There we go. Just go that way. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Pop this onto here. There we are. Right. So you can see, I just need to pop some of those out. They're cut, they just need popping out. But isn't that gorgeous? Then all I need to do then it's just because my card was like a millimetre or two bigger, is cut that one away. Now what we want to do then is to pop that onto a piece of acetate behind there once we've picked all the bits out. Then I just need to clean my die nice and quickly because I'm going to show you. Now, cut and release sheets. Can I just say, if you are quick, we had about a couple of dozen packs on the website 2 days ago. And because I know they keep selling out. So hold and release sheets. These are your hold and release sheets. It is low tack tape on a thick card.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of card over the top. Now it will never make this card sticky. It's not sticky enough, but it's going to hold that card in place. Like I say, if you're quick, there's a couple of dozen packs on the website.
So is it like as sticky as like a sticky note?
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
But it's going to hold that. So what I'm going to do is we always talk about how good our Gemini is. And even though this is just a regular die, it will cut, if I do the normal, it will cut through both those layers, no problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my magnetic shim and I'm just going to use my plastic shim and my main cutting plate. Okay. So what that'll do is the die will cut through the top layer, no problem whatsoever, but it won't be, there's not enough pressure to go through that hold and release sheet.
Right.
And what it's going to do is it's going to hold cardstock on that hold and release sheet till I'm ready for it.
Okay.
So we can do that. There we go. So you can see, look, I've got indentations, but it's not actually cut through.
Okay.
Let's move those out of the way so you can see. So then we're just going to go very carefully. I don't want. If any bits come away with the die, all I just do is tend to poke them because as long as I've got 90% in there, I'm quite happy. I pop that through there. Oh, I can see a couple just there, and they're the ones that I want. And what this is doing is it's holding the die cuts in situ. Mm-hmm. Now you can paper piece without these, no problem. But it just takes longer because all the bits.
Yeah.
If you tap them out of your die, it's like, well, did that petal go there or did it go there? Or so it's going to hold it like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the excess just through here because, as I said, it's cut it perfectly. Oh, that one knocked off, but I can put it back into place. Like I said, there are a few packs of hold and release sheets, and I did do an email specifically this week asking them to restock the website with hold and release sheets. So fingers crossed we get some more very soon. So there we go. So you can see, look. Now that could be used if I cut that there and cut that there. There's the beginning of my next project. Because it's cut it.
Oh, yes,
there's no
course,
stickiness on the back of there.
Yeah.
So what we've got is, I've got one that I've actually started to do the work on because it would have taken too long. You can see on here, so I've got acetate on the back of there, and I've just started, so I did it in green, so I just did that in green, and I did it in yellow, just to get those little bits. And all I do is I use my tweezers, and you want your tacky glue, and I'm going to do just one flower at a time, because otherwise my tacky glue would dry too quick. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here.
Hannah Gosling-Smith says, is it the easy release foam?
No.
No.
No, it's hold and release sheets.
Hold and release sheets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Hold and release sheets.
Oh, it looks beautiful. I love that.
And then you can see, look, because they're on here, I know that petal, I haven't got to think, I'm not going round going, where does it fit? I can see it fits there because it's on that position on here. And all I would say is, as well, I know I've done it, if you don't mind colour changing, because you've cut this out, I'll have done it 3 times, green, purple and yellow. You can then do another one in different colour ways because you'll have all the pieces that you've not used. So I'm going to come down here.
That's beautiful.
Dotty tape pen on the back before you put it on your acetate is really useful as well because it holds everything in place. And you can see the reason I took this piece off was because it just makes it easier to take these off. Because all I can do is I can just, that one, there you go, lift it, just slightly, just book. And what I was saying, this on there, there's no stick or adhesive on there, which is why I have to put the glue. Now these are one-time, they've only been designed to be used one time. Whether you clean them up and try I don't know. People have always asked me, can I use them more than once? I know my answer is they are designed to be one time only used, because if you then die cut again, if you hit where there's already, you know, it's partially cut into it, you might find it goes through and then it defeats the point of the hold and release sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get an extra go out of them, then you've made, you know, you've been frugal, but that's not what they've been designed for. So once it's on there, just give it a little, oops, there we go, a little burnish. I always burnish them down because you want them to hold. And so we'll do the final flower. Just put that on there. Tacky glue in your glue applicator is definitely the way to go. And then we can take this one, oops, that one's gone through, there we go. I love paper piecing. I think my two happy crafts are the three. I love doing flowers. I love doing paper piecing. Paper piecing's like this is a new one on me, but I love doing this. And whenever we get new dies, I'm always looking, oh, do you think I could paper piece that? Yeah. And things like that. And colouring. They're my three sort of, my sort of happy place ones. Yeah. So if I can colour, paper piece and put a foam flower on, that is my perfect project. I think. There we go. That would be my perfect project. If you just need, sometimes you might just need your pokey tool to get them to lift from the hold and release sheet. But look at that. I mean, yeah, you could have just put cardstock behind, but it doesn't look as effective. And look at that. Gorgeous. Still looks really pretty from the back. So this card now is going to come together so quickly. So I've got some of your colours of summer. Thank you. Yep. Which you couldn't remember either yesterday.
No, I was saying Spirit of Summer, Colours of Summer.
But I'm hiding the pattern and using the dotty on the inside.
That colour is beautiful.
Yeah. When you're doing a card like this, you always need to decorate the inside because obviously it can be seen. And then I flipped it over and I'm using the beautiful, beautiful florals on the outside, just there, like that. Then I'm just going to pop a sentiment. I've done Happy Anniversary, which I think is just a lovely way to go. And we're going to go right up to that flower, just like that. And then, you know me, we love a bow. We love a bow. Nice, little bit of an angle. We don't want to be too rigid. And I'm not going to go in with gems or anything because I love the matte finish to that. And there you go. How about like that?
Gorgeous. What beautiful colours.
It
Love
is, isn't
that.
it?
Lynn Harvey says, I made a card using those anemones a few days ago. It really does look beautiful. Robbie says, thank you for showing us how to use the hold and release sheets. I want to do some paper piecing. You've made it look really, really easy, but I think that's the key thing, having those sheets helps a lot. So if you want to have a go, these are your Modern Edibles collection. The first one is your Japanese anemone, which you've just seen Corinne using. That is, I have to say, that's my favourite one. Then you've got your Romantic Rose. You then have your Spring Tulips. This next one is your Woodland Fairy. Then you have your Bonnie Bow, and finally your Proud Peacock. £40 or $54. Platinum price is £32 or $43.20. You're going to get double points on those as well. Now, hold on a minute. It is a proper treasure box. There is a lot in here. Did you say we wish it was a penguin? Would that not have been amazing? Actually, somebody said they'd heard that story about the penguin, little boy stealing a penguin, and they'd heard it as not as an urban myth, actually heard it. But this is for Zoe. She says, my cousin did the same when he was younger, but with a baby tortoise. My brother used to steal birds.
Who did?
My brother. So he'd find birds in nests when he was a child, and he'd take the eggs and take them home and try and hatch them. And my mum said she was always going into the airing cupboard to get some towels and hearing this and finding these birds. And he found a young kestrel that was injured, and he sort of nursed it back to health and had it as a pet.
He is the Kes.
Yeah, I've never heard that story about Kes.
You've not heard of Kes?
No, never heard
Read it. It sounds like it's been modelled on your brother.
Has it really?
Well, no, because it's that sad story, but yeah.
I'll have to look it up. So this is our Christmas treasure box. This is real treasure. There is so much in here. So I'll show you what you're going to be getting. We've got a tape pen. We then have your frosted embellishments stamp set and die set. We've also got a woodland embellishment one as well, the same collection. We then have festive bows stamp set. We've got Jingle All the Way stamp and die set. We also have Merry Christmas. We've got one of the Christmas sparkles. This is one of those little gift tag stamp and die sets. We've got Star of Wonder. We then have your cottage door, which is a cut and emboss folder. Then we have Jingle All the Way die. Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way, yeah, I was right. I was thinking that's an Arnie film. Then we have From Our Home to Yours. This next one is your Star of Wonder, again, but a different type. Then we have We Wish You a Merry Christmas. This is a die set here. That's really pretty. This next one is A Warmer Christmas Wishes with your gorgeous little snowman. We then have a Winter Opulence. This is a die set to make one of those gorgeous decorations. I remember those coming out. That was lovely. We then have some items from Frosty and Brights. This is a Merry Christmas edgeable, or Happy Christmas edgeable rather. This is a Happy Holidays edgeable. We then have a Christmas tree edgeable. And we have a vintage snowman stamp set here. And then finally, we have a Nutcracker 12 by 12 paper pad. Oops. You can see you've got some colours, some papers in here that could be used at any kind of time. That's a really pretty foiled one. Oh God, I'm not doing very well with this. It doesn't have a strong back to it. Then you can see all those different patterns in there that are going to work really well with your Christmas items, but also sort of different times of the year. You've got holly as well as this one here with those tulips. Not particularly Christmassy. You do have the odd little bit of holly in there. All those trees. You've got the beautiful ballerinas, so those iconic Nutcracker images like the King Rat and the Nutcracker in there as well. All of this, so not just this, but all of this in the box as well. £50 or $60. Platinum price is £40 or $48. You're going to get double points on this. Huge opportunity to go mad and buy loads and loads of items. This is worth more than £200 or £200 or $250. Definitely worth having. You won't get the box, I'm afraid, but you will get all of the goodies inside. And you do remember, if you want to use the code SUMMER, that will give you £5 off. Only used to be able to use it once, but it's well worth making the opportunity, if you've not already used it, to take advantage of using it today. Next thing we're going to go back to is I'm going to show you the Venetian Grace collection. So this is the first one I'm going to show you, is all of the dies and the stamps in this collection. The first one is your Little Cherub, which is modelled on one of Leanne's granddaughters. Lovely. I don't have lots of luck with stamps. They always fall apart with me.
I think they do. I think we need to find a different way to display them because the current way doesn't work.
Then we've got a Harmonious Harp. We have the Rialto Bridge. It looked really beautiful, this die, when you were showing some of those samples, using it on an actual bridge card. It looked absolutely stunning. Then you've got this Opulent Grace cut and emboss folder. We then have your sentiments. This is your Moment in Time. This is beautiful. This is your Renaissance border and corners. I love the kind of scroll effect on here. It really does sort of scream Baroque or Venetian, sort of yes, you can hear the seagull. It's almost like looking through, going through Venice and seeing all the paintings and things like that with all those scrolls. Here is your Renaissance frame. And then you've got your ornamental frame here as well. £60 or $80. Platinum price is £48 or $64. And once again, you're going to be getting double points on that as well. We do have some papers and some vellums for you. So we've got vellums, which are the same patterns as you're going to be getting in the paper pad. So if I just hold that up here, you can see what that looks like. And the vellums are absolutely beautiful, as always. There's lots of masterclasses and things like that. We've shown you how to get the most out of your vellum, because I think often it's something that we forget about. We've also got your 6x6 paper pad. So this is all the images you're going to be getting on the 12 by 12, but condensed down. It's not just a section of that 12 by 12 paper pad. So great for sort of smaller makes. You've got all of those iconic Venetian images in there. very sort of intricate designs on the front and then sort of more muted tones on the back. You've got your linen card pack. I'll show you the back, you can see all those different colours. You've got the yellows, the blues, the deep turquoises and those pink colours, which are going to work so very well with the paper pad. And then finally, you've got the 12 by 12 paper pad, and this is a showstopper. Absolutely stunning imagery you've got on here. You've got the bridges, you've got the canals, you've got the little cherubs as well as the gondolas, and all of those iconically Venetian images on there. Absolutely beautiful. Gosh, I could just look at that all day long. £45 or $60. Your platinum price is £36 or $48. Corinne, what are you going to make for us next?
Right, I'm going to use the Renaissance frame, which is absolutely gorgeous, which is a cut and emboss, as you can see. You can tell a cut and emboss because this bit's going to cut. This, you see, is not going to do anything when you just cut it. It might make a little indent, but there's no blade. So you know straight away it's a cut and emboss. So I'm going to pop that onto paper. And as I was saying earlier, don't forget to... I'm going to put it on the inside there, I think, because that's waste. Don't forget to use your pattern papers to cut out of. So that's the outside frame, that's the frame, and then I've got the Harmonious Harp, which again is another cut and emboss die. So I've got some of that on that green linen card. So I can get all of those through my die cutting machine at once. Now, I'm going to be taking some of these off to emboss them. So I'm putting my clear plastic shim on first, then my magnetic shim, because I don't want my magnetic shim next to my dies. I just find it harder to peel it away sometimes, and it takes them off the cardstock, and the last thing I want it to do is take it off the cardstock. So I just find that by moving as long as you've got it in the sandwich, it doesn't actually matter whether it's plastic shim or magnetic shim or the other way round.
Because we used to use it a lot, didn't we, for securing those dies?
Yes.
And no, we never seem to do it that way anymore.
Right, so I've cut out my matte layer. That's cut perfectly. There we go. Then it's cut out my harp. So I'm going to pop that off here. There you go, just hold that there for a minute. Don't need to do anything with that. And then I've also got my gorgeous frame as well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to... I still use it if I'm doing things like frames where I need to mat and layer them on. I will still use my magnetic sheet shim to hold them. So I'm just going to peel, that's my centre, I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to pop that. Where's my frame gone? Oh, I'm thinking, it's not there. There's me saying I didn't want to take it out, and I pulled it out straight away. I was thinking, where's my frame gone? I could have embossed nothing then. There you go, it's popped straight back in. So I can pop that down there. Actually, I know I said about not I am going to put a little bit of tape there just to try and hold it in place. And then I've got my harp as well. So let's take that piece of tape. Is that going to hold? Can I risk it? Let's see if I can do it there. Just there. Right. So magnetic rubber shim means we don't use our magnetic shim. So plastic, cutting plate, and away we go. We can pop that through there. So what I'm going to be doing is, I put them back in after my last demo. I need those ink pads again. I've left them over there. Let me grab those. I'm going to be using those ink pads again.
Okay.
So get that one out. There we go. I put them so carefully and then left them behind. There we are. So we now have, there we go. So we've got our harp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it back in, and I've got my frame. You can see it's embossed, that detail, beautifully. Again, I'm going to pop that one back in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that onto there, and I'm going to get my gold shimmer ink pad, because I think that will look really nice. There we go. Let's see if I can find a dauber that will just about get away with that. That one I think will do. There we go. See, at home I attach daubers to the bottom of every ink pad, and then I'm not having to try and...
That's a really good idea.
...find one.
Hannah Gosling-Smith says, my friend is in Venice at the moment. The canals are a lot more green than the paper pad led me to believe.
Oh, right.
I think the images that I have, it's almost like a sea green, like a light turquoise rather than a bright blue. But I haven't been. I'd like to go.
No, I have never been.
Saying, as I keep mentioning over and over again, I really want to go. Really, really want to go. But one day.
One day?
One day. When I was at art college, a load of people went for a trip. They did Venice and where else were they from? They did 2 places in Italy as part of, you know, part of your art trip.
Florence?
It might have been Florence, yeah. And I couldn't go. I think I was going skiing instead. I'd won a ski holiday, and I had to use it up. And so I'd actually won it. And I was like, I'm really sorry, I can't do this school trip because I've won a ski holiday. Oh.
I broke my leg on a school ski trip.
Did you? Well, that's not good.
No.
We used to ski, the whole family used to ski when I was a kid. Like all my uncles and aunts and all my cousins. We used to have the best time, and now we're all adults and we've all got children. And all of us are like, yeah, we'd love to do that, but none of us got the money to go over with, you know, there was something like 25 of us that used to go skiing.
Look at that.
That's brilliant. That's lovely. And I like the fact that you've used the paper.
Yes. And look at that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Now, all I need to do is wipe those over. I'll put them to one side, and that will be absolutely perfect. Let's get that up off there. But yeah, I just think that looks absolutely beautiful. And by using that that ink and the embossing mat, can you see how it's really lifted up, and you can really see the detail. But use pattern paper for doing your die cutting. It works so well. So the only other thing I want to do is, the only one piece I want to use is I want to use our gorgeous little cherub. So we can get her out of there. Now there is no die with this one. So once you've stamped it, if you want to cut it out, you're just going to have to fussy cut this one as well. So I've got my ink pad, and I'm going to go again with my flagstone. It's just a little bit softer than black. And I've got a little scrap here of my Neenah cardstock. And I'm just going to go once, and you can see straight away where it's touched, and you can see that, look at that, perfect image. Absolutely. Don't be afraid of your rocker blocks, just like I was when I first started here. Petrified by rocker blocks, really was. But they are absolutely brilliant. And if you look, you can see it pressing onto your cardstock. So there we go. Oh no, I tell a lie, there is a die.
If you have a very small die, a small stamp, so I was using a really, really tiny sentiment that I was trying to stamp out, I couldn't get the rocker block to work properly. Should I have used a bigger rocker block, a smaller rocker block, if it's something very small, or do you use do you put your die, rather than horizontally, put it vertically? How would you do it? If it was a really tiny, you know, you're talking of like an inch size stamp.
I would have a look, because some of the rocker elements on some of the rocker blocks are deeper.
Right.
So what you need to find is the right rocker block with the side to, you know.
So not just the side.
It's that bit here, there.
Yeah.
And if your your stamp rather, is smaller than that in height.
Yeah.
You can see there, then it's not going to rock, because basically when that touches that, it's not actually making contact with the paper. And I've had a couple where that's happened.
Okay.
I think if you've got really small stamps, sometimes they are a little bit thinner.
Right.
That's all I would say, is just find the right rocker block, you know, rocker block where it is smaller. There you go. I'd totally forgotten. I was talking absolute rubbish there, saying there was no stamp die, but there was. So what I would be doing is I'd get my card back, and then we can just go into here. So I have got a couple of my Fairskin pens. Let's see if these are actually going to work. And then I've got 6 and 7, which again are colours that you can find quite easily in your tri-blends. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Just put that on there. I do, like I say, I do like using not using white card to colour onto it. Just think it makes the image look a little bit, you know, easier to spot.
Yeah.
And then we just go around wherever we think it might be darker. If you think it's going to be a little bit darker, just around the edges, where, you know, where her hair's casting a shadow, where her hands are casting a shadow. So every image you're going to put the light and the dark in different places. We're just going to give a little pink lips. Actually, I've got a little pink here that I might just do a little bit of her lips with that one.
In case anyone's looking for the hold and release sheets, they are out of stock.
Oh, they're out of stock?
They're not. They're out of stock. So they're not on it on the website at the moment. So if you can't find them, that is why.
Oh gosh, there was a few the other day.
Obviously zoomed out. And apparently the canals are somewhere between mushy peas and turquoise.
Oh, right, okay.
I can picture exactly what you mean by that, Hannah.
Right, I'm just going to come in now with my green turquoise, and I'm going to do her skirt in the green turquoise. So we're just going to come all over with my lightest one. I do like Tri-Blend brushes. They're not as easy to use if you've got little detail because the brush is a bit bigger than the other nib, but I do like the way it lays down colour. It's just that soft. Can you just see? It's just so soft and gentle. You'll find your pen of choice. It's just about finding what you want. And like I say, every pen has different purpose. So yeah, just find the one that works for you. And then it's just coming in and bringing in a little bit of extra colour, just following those folds. The folds are there for a reason, for you to be able to colour with that. And come just here. Now that was GT1 and GT2, so they're quite close. So if I then come in with the GT3, I'm just almost just touching, because it's a brush, just touching it in on those areas, just there, just bringing it out, and then just like that. And then you just need to blend it away. So when we blend, we go up to the previous colour, not over it, because all you'll do is bleach it out, because paler colours bleach the darker colour. So if you just scribble over the top, it's going to make it paler. And I was showing on Hobby Maker the other day that actually if you take different colours, you can make your own colours by bleaching out a darker colour if you wanted to.
Oh,
so you can see, works absolutely gorgeous. Let's just do this little bit of her dress. I do all her arms in the skin tones as well. We can just pop that on there. There we go. But what I wanted to show you was her wings. So what I've got is I've got two of my brown grey. See, it's sometimes difficult to know because they're sort of got, you want that gossamer effect. So I've got brown grey 2, brown grey 4, and all I'm going to do is, I'm just, not her hair, I'm just going to come in from the bottoms of here. And I'm just going to then come in from there, just little flicks up from there, just, so it's almost like where all that white has, not congealed, met each other, but congealed's the wrong word, isn't it? Yeah, I think. It's then just intensified, it's made that white have that brown tinge. And can you see, just like that, you can just add in a little bit of detail, because it's very rare that white is actually pure. Oh, sorry, we're moving up. I'm slipping, I'm sliding as I'm colouring. I can feel it moving. And then we can come down here, just come in with this one. So she's got 2 wings on, 2 layers on this side, 3 layers on this side. So we're going to just come up, just there, and then on this one I'm going to come round like that and just add in that detail. I'm coming in with a paler one first. But it's about, we spend ages just finishing off that detail, and you will get the most gorgeous effects. There we go, on there.
That does look lovely.
If I can just get this finished with this pen.
Carol Ann wants to know what your favourite penguin stamp is.
My favourite penguin stamp?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have a look at them all and make a decision. So you can see where we've gone from there, and then you can see all we've done is carried the pink, the skin tones through. We've done the brown on the wings, a little bit of colouring on her hair, and then she looks absolutely gorgeous. So we've now got all of the elements that we need for our card. So what have we made? We've made the frame, but actually what I've also done is I've cut it in black. I didn't bother embossing because it's going to be a drop shadow. So we can put those together. So let's pop those together. I do like a drop shadow. It is effective, isn't it?
It is, definitely.
It just makes things pop.
Are you down and right or down and left?
Down and left. Don't know why. Always is for me. So my black one is going to come down and left, and this one's going to come to there. Either that or cut them in half and have them half in each direction. That's the other one. And it really needs to just be just the smallest little drop shadow. You can see you don't need much, but it just makes that pop. So I've got my foam pads on the back of there. This is when the two layers part again, because the glue's not dried, but we can put it back if it does. Pop that through there. There we go. Just taking those foam pads off the back. I've just thought I'd just use some of the little ones in those little bits because I don't want things to drop, because I think it's nice if you are doing foam pads to get the whole thing level. Get rid of those. Drop shadow hasn't moved, so we can pop that on there. And because it's such a fine drop shadow, it'll still fit lovely on the matte layer. And so the next bit I'm going to do is, again, I've got my card base. I've just matte and laid it. I've just quickly put these together. The green, the black and the pattern paper. So we've got them all together. And using this, you can see it's made it nice and robust. We can put that on there. That's going to go on just like that. Then I'm actually going to pop that one on. I was going to put some foam pads on there. Let's see if I can find some just here. Just a little bit of a lift. One. There we go. There we are. Oh, I'll put one in the middle. I've got a nice square one. Yes, I've got a square one just here. It'll fit nicely in the middle. There, just like that. There we go. Lift those off. There we are. Right. Put that nicely in the centre of my card base. But look at that. Just because we've got that drop shadow and all of that way, drop shadow and all of the detail looks beautiful. And then I'm going to get my harp and I'm going to pop a little foam pad behind here, and then we can pop that bit onto the card. Oh, that just fits. So we can just get that off there, pop that one onto my card. Then I'm going to get my little cherub, give her a little bit of a wiggle, and then I've got some glue gel. She's going to go just there, little. Come on, I cleared a blockage and it's obviously not cleared properly. Put her just there, and then all I need to do just to finish it off, I'm not going to bother with the sentiment at this point. You can always put a sentiment on if you want to. And then you've got your gems in the accessory pack. So we're just going to put a couple of little gems, one on each corner, just there, just like that. 1, 2, 3, and my final one will squeeze down in that corner, just there. And how about like that with our Venetian grey? She's gorgeous, isn't she?
Really lovely. Beautiful colours, love that. Very, very nice. Lots of people loving what you've been making. We had Sandy saying that's so cute. Terry says, after you do the drop shadow, are you centering the decorative layer onto the matte layer or centering the drop shadow layer onto the matte layer?
It was so fine you can hardly tell a difference. Fine. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, I know what you're saying. As long as you keep your drop shadow fine, you're actually probably hardly going to notice.
Okay. Lovely, that's great.
Yeah.
So quickly go through what you're going to get in here. So you're going to be getting that gorgeous little cherub, and that is your stamp and die set here, modelled on Leanne's granddaughter. And then you've got your harmonious harp, your Rialto bridge, your opulent grace cut and emboss folder. You've got your sentiments, which are your moment in time sentiments. You've got your Renaissance border and corners. You have your Renaissance frame and your ornamental frame. £60 or $80. Platinum price is £48 or $64. You'll also be able to get papers as well, if that's what you want to do. Have a look at the website. Remember to use that summer code in order to get £5, $5 or €5 off anything pretty much, apart from gift cards. We're going to have a quick break. Make sure you check out your baskets, and we'll see you back in a couple of moments.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. will also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Has anyone got a penguin in the break? I don't know if they have. Katie says, I got this collection. I'm going to use it as a mini album, the Venetian collection. My brother has been to Italy twice this year, so it's ideal. That's a nice idea. Maybe we'll do more collections of cities. And so that would be quite good to do those memory albums when you've got cities. Maybe one of New York skyline. I'll suggest it to Leanne. Right, another thing we have on the show are our sentiment tag stamp sets. These are great. I really love these. And a few of them have fallen off, but I will endeavour to stick them together as I show you them. This one is your best gift ever. I should know I bought it. I think these are really, really cool. This next one is a special gift that you didn't know you wanted. I've lost a little stamp on that one, but there you go. Little stamps, really useful. If you've got that gift tag punch, which is really useful, that would be great. This is for you, but I wish it were mine. I hate presents, said no one ever. Who hates presents? Absolutely nobody. At least it's not a gift card. If it could be a Crafters Companion gift card, you'd be quite happy with it. Warning, the contents of this package may be awesome. This is exactly what you did not ask for. And well, it's the thought that counts. These are brilliant and such a fantastic price as well. So for all of these, you're going to be getting 8 altogether, £13 or $21. Platinum price is £10.40 or $16.80. You're going to get double points on these as well. And do remember to use the code SUMMER if you've not already used that to get £5, $5 or €5 off anything you buy apart from gift cards, and that will run up until midnight tonight. So if you've not used it, make sure you know, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Corinne, what are you going to be making with these?
Right, I'm going to make a little card and I'm going to use the At Least It's Not a Gift Card stamp.
Okay.
So I've just got a piece of card that was 2.5 inches wide by 4 inches high, and I've just trimmed the corners off. I've done it by hand, by eye. It's really, really easy to do and stamp to hold. So I've got 3 of my Duet ink pads. So let's just do these. So I'm going to do, you need to do 1 colour at a time. I'm going to lay these down. Now remember, these are hybrid and they're water reactive. So I've got that there. There it is, it's there. Could not see this. So then we're going to spritz it with some water. And you can, if it's a bit too clumpy together, you can always just sort of mix it around. And then I'm just going to come in and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the blue. Oh, I picked up a lot of the blue. I'm going to leave that one there. Get rid of that. Now, what you need to do, the key bit to this is that you need to dry this between colours.
Okay.
Let's just pop that on there. If you feel like it is a little bit too much, what I'm going to grab is I'm going to grab a little bit of kitchen roll. Perhaps I didn't need, that was quite a juicy ink pad. There we are, let's just dab a little bit off. Pop that onto there. Like I say, it's key, if you don't dry between colours, we're just going to end up with sludge. And the last thing we want is sludge. So we can pop that one on there. Does that feel dry? Yeah. It doesn't take much to dry because there wasn't a lot there. Let's go with pink next. Let's try. I shouldn't really go too pale with this because otherwise the blue will overpower. So then I can pick up a little bit of the pink.
Yeah.
A little bit. Go over the blue because they will layer up. Can you see how it's layering up beautifully on there? We can take that and let's get a little bit more. You can get as many different sort of techniques with that. So you can see now it's just dampened some of that blue again. So it's just then we've now got some nice purples on there. And once that's dry, I've maybe got a little bit more blue on this than I would have possibly planned. But it's not a problem. Pop that on there. Then I'm going to come down this side and I'm going to do my sunrise glow, which is gorgeous. Let's put a little bit on there. And again, a spritz of some water to make that. And then I'm going to fill up all the gaps. See where we've got. Layer it over the top. Oh, look, that's coming out really nice. You've got to trust it. It's quite scary at first and you think, oh, no. But as long as you sort of dry it between, then you're going to go, I'm just going to pick up a little bit. Bit there. There we go. Can you see? And we just dry that. Now this is all, and every one of these that you do is going to come out completely different. So once I've done that, I know it's a bit backwards drying it, but once it's dry, I'm then just, because they're water reactive, I'm going to just splash a bit of water. Sometimes it's nice to get bigger bits by doing it off your hand.
Okay.
There you go. You get a bit better. Now the longer you leave it, the more it will lift the water. Okay, because they're water reactive. So I can just pop that on there. Then I'm going to come in with my tissue or kitchen roll. And can you see now we've got the little watermarks as well.
Yeah.
And that one then needs to dry. So what I've done is, because the next bit I need it to be really dry, I've picked up one here. Now if you've got a static bag, and we sell the static bags, let's just give a little brush over with a static bag, and that will mean that there's nothing left on there at all. What I'm going to do is, because I want, and actually I opened this stamp set, so it's a nice new one, so it's not actually been primed, but because I'm using a pigment ink, it should be fine. So I'm going to pop that onto the centre of there, or wherever you want it to be. I'm going to hold that down nice and tight. That's not very, sometimes easier to make sure you've got the stamp straight if you've got the piece of paper straight in front of you. There we go, make sure that's on there. Then we're going to pick that up like that, and then, as I said, I'm coming in with my opaque pigment, so that fantastic bundle that Becky was showing you. I can't remember whether you had black in it. Maybe you didn't, but you had lots of other colours. And all, I mean,
some darker colours, like the Bordeaux is quite dark.
Just the Bordeaux or that damson wine would look brilliant doing this, because it would be the lovely colours. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want a really good coverage. So I didn't want to use my rocker block in case I had to go back in. And then I can press. That's pretty good, but I am going to do a second coat, just because I want to be able to make sure I've got time to go in with my embossing powder. And then I'm going to come back on, give it a minute, make sure the platform's in the right place, and then go down, make sure it presses. Absolutely perfect, no drop shadow. I think it was Craig who's around today, but I heard him say, once you put the lid on your platform, just give it a minute to make sure it falls into the middle. Don't just put it on and press. Right, and then I'm going to go in with my clear embossing powder. And this is why I use my little static bag. So we can then pop that, and then it's only stuck to here. It's not really stuck all around it. So
that's where I went wrong when I used it. I didn't have a little anti-static bag or hamster pillow.
Yeah. Now watch this. This is actually, I've warmed up my heat gun, so this should go nice and quickly. Once this starts, there we go. Look at that. Can you just see it change? Just see it go from cloudy to shiny. This is quite small, and if you were quick, you could probably get a second coat of embossing powder on, but you've got to be really quick. I'm sort of hit and miss at that. It's one of those things that I sometimes get really good and sometimes not. I'm just straightening it out. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Then what you could do is, I've got another one here, where I've just gone round the edges with a little bit of ink, but doesn't that, look at the two differences.
Yeah.
Really picks it up. And actually that's nice and flat as well, so I'll be able to put it on.
What inks did you use on that, around the edges?
I use my alcohol proof rather than, but you could use your opaque pigment again, but you've got to give it time to dry, because pigment can smudge. So it's just using all the different inks. So we can pop that one on there, just like that. I'm just going to turn that over and give it a little bit of a burnish, which is hard to do because I put the foam pads on. A little bit of cerise ribbon. This is where your tweezers are really useful. Poke it through, pull it back, grab that through there. And do you know what? This is the card nearly finished. It's going to take seconds to finish that off now. Pop that on there, and then I'm going to get some bigger scissors, and then just cut those nice and neat to the edges, just there. And then back in with our colours of summer. So I've got a card. You can do this out of a piece of A4 card. So it is in total, it's 9x6 to give me my 6x6 and a 3-inch. Really quickly put this on here. Look, you can see the colour, so summer on the back there. And that's going to go just on the inside. Then we're going to use the same one down that panel. Really quickly onto there. And again, using that black, doesn't the black make it pop? Onto there. I'm not going to raise this, I'm just going to put glue on 1/2. Now this is a different colour out of the same pad, but using those stitch squares really makes it lift. And the last thing I need to do is come in with my tag, and we're finished then. And we're going to pop that at a nice angle on there. How beautiful is that?
Gorgeous.
Really fun. So don't just think they are pure gift tags. Yeah. They can be toppers as well.
That's a great idea. Really, really like that. That's brilliant. Really gorgeous. Now, I'm going to recap and show you what that is while... could you get your rakes together so we can do your vote?
It'll take seconds.
OK, I'll quickly run... Are you ready to...
I can do that.
Do that now, then we'll do the vote.
Right.
OK, do that now.
Venetian Grace first.
Lovely.
1, the blue Venetian Grace. Number 2 was our penguins, which sort of seemed to control the conversation for the whole show. Number 2. Number 3, I do like that one, are anemones on our edge balls. You're torn, aren't you, Becky?
I am.
4, back to Venetian Grace.
Yeah.
And 5, gift tag. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Ooh, get your votes in, that's tricky. Torn between two. So if you're keen to get these sentiment stamps, these are what you're going to be getting in this collection. So the first one is, well, it's the thought that counts. Then we have, I hate presents, says no one ever. This is exactly what you did not ask for. Warning, this package, or the contents of this package may be awesome. Then we have, at least it's not a gift card. Best gift ever, I should know, I bought it. This is for you, but I wish it were mine. And a special gift you never knew you wanted. Really good price for that, $13.21. Platinum price is $10.40 or $16.80. Now we do have a winner for the competition. So the way the competition is going to work is in each show we're going to people to put their comments in. Someone's going to be chosen at random, and then we're going to write their names on one of these little Christmas trees. It's going to go into the box, and then on the 16th of July we're going to pick one out, and they're going to win a £250 gift voucher. So the winner for today is Sandy Kessler on Facebook. I've already written your name on my little Christmas tree. You can just see it here. Yeah, well done. And we are popping it in there. So keep a lookout for the 16th of July. You may be the person winning. Now remember, throughout the whole of this show and all the rest of the shows next week, the comment to give you an opportunity to go into that prize draw. So no prizes at the moment, but you've got to be in it to win it, as they always say. We have, just going to see here what we've got the demo of the show. It was very close. The demo of the show is number 3. Well done. But number two was very close.
Penguin.
Yeah, not
Number
surprising.
3. Thank you very much. That was my
That is
favourite.
gorgeous.
Right, now, I have got something so exciting here. Look at this. Look at that
What's
I made.
that?
It's a glass plate with glitter paste on, and stencils. That's just all the pieces in the bag because how I brought it ready. Or anemones, Christmas rose, and stars. I've got 1 hour to show you 4 demos.
Wow.
We are going to have to work fast. We are going to have to be fair. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This is launching on Tuesday with Leanne. Oh, and there's some glitter glues that I've not even mentioned yet.
Wow.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that. That tray looks amazing. Oh, I might have to take a little bit of glitter glue to take home, maybe, I don't know. I do hope you've enjoyed the show so far today. Do remember, so we've got first look coming up to see all that glittery goodness, and then later on this evening at 6 o'clock, so 5 o'clock for the VIPs, you're going to have the chance to see all of the Christmas deals that we've got for you with Sarah and Ben. Do remember, summer, to use that code SUMMER, it's going to give you £5, €5 or $5 off anything on the website, pretty much apart from gift cards. So make sure you take advantage of using that because that will expire at midnight tonight. And do remember to message in to comment on anything that you see on the shows over the next week to be in with a chance to win that £250 voucher. We're always here anyway for you to message in and ask a question. We always find it quite useful for us to know what you're sort of looking for, what you're got questions about. If you've just bought something, you're not too sure about how to use it, this is the opportunity for you to message in and ask Corinne any questions at all about anything, and she'll be able to come up with the answers. I'm just putting it out there. She can answer you anything. Particularly good with maths questions. So if in doubt, as we did earlier today, I didn't know the answer to a maths question, Corinne can easily just pull that out of the bag, couldn't you? You're always good at maths.
I was working out the ink pads, £3.45 an ink pad. There you go, that was my maths one for today.
There you go. Very, very, very much, like we said, all those deals that you're going to be seeing today, we've given you great deals, great prices, lots and lots of opportunities for you to sort of get crafting and lots of lovely Christmassy things. If you're not going to buy anything else today, make sure you get those penguin stamps in your basket because they are the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. Right, we're going to have a short break. We're going to be back at 2 o'clock. We're just here for an hour on First Look, but we'll see you back with lots of glittery stuff.